Welcome back to the Witch's Way podcast. I'm Kat.
And I'm Jamie, and tonight we are going through something called micro magic. This is about charming your fucking life. Or charming your damn life. Sorry, okay. I know I wrote charming your damn life, but charming your life. And this is using everyday micro magic. I'm not sure if that's out there in the world yet, but this is what I'm coining. Micro magic with purpose. So what are we talking about here? If you felt disconnected from your magic, or like you don't have time for the elaborate rituals and ceremony things and spells, which a lot of us do. I literally just talked about this a couple weeks ago. This episode is a reminder that literally every moment that you're doing little things can be spells, can be rituals, can be turned into something that has meaning. We're just going to jump right into it. I think the first thing is like, what does it mean to have a charmed life?
What does it mean to have a charmed life?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that it means is reframing luck as intention.
Yeah.
Magic
absolutely.
isn't about being blessed by chance. It's about consciously weaving energy into daily choices. That's different than just saying, oh, it's a coincidence.
Yeah. There's no coincidences.
There's no coincidences.
Purposefully weaving your expectations, your intention into every part of your life. That's what micro magic is to me. Like in my mind, that's what it means. We do these simple things that we would do anyways, yet we have intention and we have purpose and we have ideas and we have visualizations. That's micro magic.
And we use tools that we have at our disposal to guide us through our life. So one of the things that I use and that I'm learning, studying, and want to be really good at is astrology.
She's going to be phenomenal.
I'm always looking at like what's going on planetarily, and we can use those energies when we know what's going on in the sky. We can use those energies to influence. Those energies will influence, but we can understand how those energies are influencing us, and we can work with them to make, add to the flow of our life. And I love that because I'm always like, what's going on? I know something's going on because I can feel it. Yeah. And then I check what's happening in the sky. I'm like, okay, I get it. That makes sense. This is why I'm feeling this way.
You know what I think of astrology as is like, if you know it and you've preemptively gone through and be like, oh, here's what the week holds. I feel like that's sort of like your little bestie, or it's like the devil angel thing that you see in movies, but It's like astrology angel on your shoulder, and it's like, remember we said this was going to happen, because you're like faced with a decision or a shift or something goes on, and you're like, your human brain is going like, what the fuck just happened? And the astrology little goddess on your shoulder is going, remember I told you Mars was moving into retrograde, you should have been expecting this. And then what you do with that information, because you know astrology, is you're like, oh, I'm going to step back, I already expected this, I'm not going to freak out about it, that's okay, this is just something we're moving through. That's the astrology bestie that you are.
Absolutely.
You're going to be everybody's little astrology goddess on their shoulder. I can already see it.
I already send things to my daughters. Like I just sent some to Jolene the other day about what was going on with her. I was like, this is good. This period. Look at this period of time for you, because this is positive, and you can take advantage of this. Take advantage of the planetary alignments and what you're trying to do in your life right now.
Yes. I also think that like these micro moments that we have in our lives, they matter. In a micro moment, what I mean is like, my husband's left for work and I'm washing my face, which that's not really the way that it goes. But imagine I'm alone and I'm washing my face. This is a micro moment. It is something I'm going to do anyway, right? So before I wash my face, I set an intention of like, I clear the stress off of me. This is a refresher. This is like brightening. This is, give me clear visions. Help me see. It's going to be the little words, thoughts, and things that I speak to myself. This is a micro moment of something that I already do that can bring in magic because I have intention behind what I'm actually doing. And I love that because those are things that I do. Like, I've never told anybody this, but when I brush my teeth, I literally say, cavities be gone, what is it that like the black stuff? I've seen the little videos when I was a kid where it's like the black things. No, the things that create cavities, they like, I don't know, it's from a cartoon from probably a million years ago, but it's like little cavity guys and they're like, and they're like feeding on your teeth. I don't know what they are. I truly don't. But when I'm brushing my teeth, I imagine them all dying. I'm just like, yeah, die, little fuckers. So that is, although you wouldn't necessarily consider that magic, it's magic to me. It's like I'm intentionally doing a thing that I was going to do anyways, but I'm also saying no cavities, no plaque, no gingivitis. I don't know. Now I'm thinking of dental commercials. Like, what are they?
Give me white teeth, white
Like,
teeth,
I
white
don't
teeth.
know. No, I have too white of teeth. They're too translucent. My dentist told me that. But it's the things that you want for yourself. So like maybe when you're washing your face, you're like less wrinkles or bigger
Beautiful
lips
skin,
or
glowing skin,
glowing skin or small
complexion.
pores or whatever the fuck. But these are micro moments that we have in our lives that you can add in magic. You just sprinkle it in. Just sprinkle it in. Yeah.
It's just words, thoughts, and things that you've done with intention, things that you've said. Like, for instance, dye cavities, dye.
Sure. Dye cavities, dye.
Or glowing skin.
I'll tell you what, when I'm tanning outside, air quotes, when I'm laying out and absorbing the sun, those are things that I think about, absorbing the sun's energy, not just necessarily turning my skin from Irish pasty white to tan, but like to absorb the vitamins that come out of it, to absorb the warmth, the fiery energy that comes from the sun when I'm out in the sun. I try not to ever be like, you fucking hot motherfucker. No, like trying to just like absorb it in a good way.
Yeah.
Micro moments. Yes.
A charmed life isn't shiny, it's sacred.
I think so. It's not always fun. Like, who sits there and tells cavities to die and things, but it is, I think, the way that we speak to ourselves in those quiet micro moments, because these are usually micro moments are like the moments you have when you're by yourself. When you wash your hands, are you thinking, die all the germs that I have on me? What are the things that are going on in your body, in your head, in your mind, in your visualizations? Like, what's going on? Because those are opportunities to really put things out into the world. It's to shift. And I just love them. I'm such a visual, artistic person that I pretty much do this every day, all the time, with lots of weird stuff.
And speaking of day, charm your damn day. We're going to give you some ideas for that.
Yes.
How about sigils in your shoes? For protection and confidence with every step. I love sigils. I love the idea of sigils. I love talisman also.
Talismans, absolutely.
Those are physical things that I can see and that I know are there, and I'm like,
reminders.
They feel powerful.
They're reminders.
They feel very powerful to me.
So I've done a ton of this in my practice, and when I say sigils, yes, it could be actual sigils that you draw out and runes, but also, you guys, I go as simple because I like to be witchcraft simplified, right? I just write the word of what I want on the things, with the things, around the things. So one of the first things that I did, I was in the Navy and I was having to drive on the wrong side of the road in Japan. I was scared. I put a sigil inside the underneath of my hood on my car. So literally in the dust and dirt of the car, the grime, I drew with my finger in that. I drew a sigil underneath the hood. And that damn car ran forever until I was about to leave the Navy. Do you know that it broke down 30 days before I left the Navy? That was it. It knew, my time was up and the car was done, and I, sold it to...
It took you where you needed to go?
I had it for 4 years.
Yeah, it took you through all of that.
Yeah, it went from island to island with me, but the sigils... So I wrote a little list. I'm going to read them really quick.
Okay.
But I've put sigils on my keychains, which there's going to be a little reel on Instagram coming out about that pretty soon, but you basically get a keychain that's more flat, and then you can write a sigil on it or a rune on it too. I do love runes. I just don't know. I have to look them up every time. They're not something I've tried to learn them. They haven't stuck. So I've used runes more because I can look in a book and be like, that's what that means. I love that. Yay. Go knowledge. Also, above doors. We've done above door stuff where you draw a sigil, draw a rune, write a word, safe, banish, whatever it is, whatever the feeling is for the door of the thing crossing through that threshold needs to be. Write that, draw that above your
It's kind of like, that's the reason why maybe people didn't realize this when they were putting welcome on your welcome mat.
Oh, I know,
when you're
right?
at the door.
That's everywhere, yeah.
It's right. I mean, why do you think that is? That was that's what they wanted to portray. That's what they wanted to evoke.
Invite.
Yeah. And was
the energy of invitation was welcome. Everybody is welcome.
Exactly.
Come in.
So same thing.
I've not quite ever had a welcome mat. Have you? Actual welcome? Maybe.
Maybe.
Because it's popular.
Yeah, because that's what was at the store, and I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And now I was like, I won't do that because I'm like, I don't really want everybody that walks through my door to feel welcome. It depends who they are, so I'm selective.
Yeah. So I've never been attracted to the word welcome, but it's always been flowers and mushrooms, and like I've had pumpkin ones, and I've had very earthly mats, and I never thought about that till a couple years ago when it became a really big thing. Like, don't put welcome on, blah, blah, blah. I never thought about it like that. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, that's truly the entryway. So if you have a mat, also do things under the mat.
Under the mat, yeah. I like the idea of under the mat.
Like hide it. You know that I have things like
under
my
your coffee tables,
the pictures on my wall. I have lots of things written, and it's usually just words, just so you guys know. Sides of a refrigerator. I have been fat, unfat, fit, fat, unfat, fit, fat. Yeah, all of the things through my life. I've done this journey with weight and my body, like, since I was younger. It seems to be
women that have to do this over and over again.
I think it goes back to like stress, relationships, and that, and then you're fine, and then you work on yourself, and you're alone,
you have children,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing. But I have put sigils on the side of my refrigerator. You know, like, well, in a lot of places, your refrigerator fits into a nook, and there's like a false wall kind of thing on the other side. Yeah. Like when I've pulled it out to clean it, I put a sigil on the side of it because, again, I will say a lot of times in my life I've been very secretive about my witchcraft. Like, I don't need everybody to know my business. I do my own thing. So sigils on the side of my refrigerator have been big in my life. Love that. It's invisible to everybody who's there. I know it's there. It's powerful. It can also be a word. I have gone as far as actually taping pictures of like my ideal body, or like when I've been fit and then I got fat, and then I was like, I put the picture of me fit on the refrigerator to remember that I could actually do the thing. I've done that. That for me, that's a micro moment magic thing to do, because it's a reminder. It like brings in the energy of that thing. Like, oh yeah, bitch, that's what you want to do. That's where you're focused at. Kids' book bags. Okay, I've put lots of sigils and words inside of kids' book bags. My son, I've put like all kinds of stuff on his different bags, his lunch boxes, all the things that he takes to school, purses, wallets, name the things, anything that we carry. You could put words in your pocket when you're going out. You could write things on yourself before you go out. It's so limitless. I love it so much. These physical, what you would call this is, oh man, I lost the word. It's like for like magic, right? So what like for like magic is that you write the word fit and happy and healthy and family on something, and like you're expecting fit and happy and healthy family. It's like for like magic. So magic. I don't know why I just had that voice. Whatever you're wanting and expecting, write the thing, get the thing. It's an equal sign between them. That's what you're doing that for.
Like for like magic.
Like for like. So the last thing that I've really done in my house now, because I do have a lot of people over, is underneath a lot of things. So trays where I have candles, underneath actual candles, underneath tables, behind picture frames, underneath sinks, like in rooms, just everywhere. I have words written, I have spells written, I have money taped, I have, like, you name it, I've pretty much got it there in those areas to kind of bring in that energy. That's micro magic for you. Everyday micro magic. I just love it.
Of course, you know about kitchen blessings. You know about stirring things in, stirring intentions into the meals that you're making, either peace or prosperity, or Ceci, please don't burn. Oh, please don't burn. Please don't burn the food.
Oh, that's because of me. I burn everything. Sorry, I probably should have read that one. I have something in me doesn't cook. I don't know. I clean very well, but cooking is like, my husband and I joke that I burn everything.
And that's because you don't eat like a normal person. And when I say you don't eat like a normal person, what I mean is like you graze.
I'm a hunt and pecker.
You're a hunt and pecker and a grazer.
She's called me that since I was little. She told me I was a chicken.
A hunt and pecker. So which is why when you're a hunt and pecker, you don't have a need to cook.
Yeah, like I don't really use a stove. I might use a microwave.
Yeah, you're just like, cutting up cheese and fruit and vegetables and dip. That's it.
Don't spread my secrets that I'm a charcuterie person. Like, before charcuterie was popular, I was like, that's been my whole life. That's all I've ever done. Although I didn't make it look pretty like that. But it's just, it's these very small meals that come together, and it's really just like fruits, vegetables, dips, I don't know, things that need to be refrigerated but not necessarily cooked. I don't know. So those are the things that you do. So
those are kitchen blessings.
Yeah, my appliances, I blamed it on my stove for the longest time because it was brand new. I was like, that motherfucker burns everything. It's not me. But I had to give it the energy. So one of the things I did with that,
I do think electric stoves are not that easy to cook with. 'Cause
probably not.
You have
I
an
don't
electric
know.
stove, don't you?
And Samsung, I'm just gonna blast that brand really quick. Don't like it, won't ever buy it again.
I'll never buy a
But
Samsung appliance
never,
ever again.
ever. The refrigerator.
Sorry, Samsung. No.
Sorry, not sorry.
Your stuff is shit.
Well, maybe they have good. Do they make phones or TVs? Or they make
They
something
make
else?
phones.
Okay, there
They
you go.
do make phones
Stick to the
and-
fucking cellular industry because
Yeah.
your stoves and refrigerators suck.
Your TV suck too, by the way.
Sorry.
I have
also,
one.
my dishwasher.
How about enchanting your chores? Like
I do this.
fold gratitude with your laundry.
Yeah.
Or fold gratitude into your laundry.
So I fold my laundry in threes. I know that last week we just talked about Hecate. Did I say that right?
Hecate.
Hecate. All of my laundry is folded in threes. So it's a very, and I get very upset if my husband tries to do his own laundry because once upon a million years ago, he worked in a retail shop and he folded the way they fold it where it's like,
So
it's
that
like
the collar,
this.
so you can see it,
It fucking annoys me. I was like, don't do that. The military taught me how to fold the most efficient way ever. Like they know how to fit 1,000,000 pounds into a tiny sea bag.
Yeah.
So I fold
I know. I've gotten some.
that.
I've watched you, and I've incorporated.
tips?
I incorporated some of your methods into my own.
I'm telling you.
All my shirts now are folded up into little squares.
It's so intentional.
And my towels and stuff, they're all folded up into these like small things. I'm like, this is just it saves space.
It does save space, and you know
And
what?
it's neat,
When
you
I
know,
think about
tidy.
doing it, I literally am like the 1, 2, 3 fold is like, and here I go. I'm in the space. I got everything neat and saved. Like it's a whole little thing for me where it's the most efficient and it makes me feel good. That's just something for me. If you're not OCD, don't worry about it. You can do it however you want, but. Laundry folding is something for me where it is an act of love. Did I ever tell you that when my husband and I got together, we decided on chores like long time ago?
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Like we used to joke because of the Big Bang Theory. They had a relationship contract on the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon and his girl, and we used to like act like we quoted that. Well, the relationship contract says this. We didn't have one, but we had these ideas that we talked about, and I was like, I do not cook, which is why I put in there, please don't let things burn. I was like, I'm not a cook. You don't want me to cook for you. You're going to eat the same thing every day. It will not be good. You'll die. And my husband is like the king of flavors and he has like the most expansive palate ever. So I said, you do the cooking. I will do the laundry. Because he's like, because I asked him, I was like, what chore do you hate? He was like, laundry. I was like, awesome. I'm great at laundry. I was like, I hate cooking. He's like, I'm fucking fantastic at it. I was like, bet, agree, we're in this. Like, it was literally like a fucking secret handshake on like, we got this. We're going to be so good now because we have the chores of the home figured out. We knew we could just survive. So there's that. I mean, you know, you gotta know what you're good at and like decide on it. Super funny.
Sweeping, always sweeping with the bad energies or the bad vibes.
So how many people actually sweep versus vacuum anymore though?
I sweep because I have tile floors, so I don't vacuum my tile floors.
I have wood floors. I vacuum.
Yeah, I don't.
Would you sweep if your wood floors?
No. Yes.
Maybe,
I would
yeah.
probably sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had wood floors in Kansas
You did,
City,
yeah. You swept only?
Well, maybe, I don't know. Well, I had a rug area, so I've got area rugs. Maybe if I got the setting on it, but to me it seems like, am I actually getting the dirt up with the vacuum cleaner? Because you know it's not sucking. It's like a carpet.
It is sucking. What?
Well,
So-
it can't get to the tiles. Just like, yeah, I don't know. This first house I've lived in where I just had tile floors.
Well, you live in Florida. It's the best thing to have.
I know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I do have 2 bedrooms with carpet, which I want to pull out because sand gets in
Yeah.
everything, and it's
If you're doing Florida right, you got sand everywhere.
you got sand in everything, and it's embedded in I'm sure it's my carpet. When my carpet gets pulled up, I'm sure it'll be like 10 times heavier than it is because tank dragging sand
Listen.
and me with sand. So yeah, sand. How about anointing your cleaning water to washing mirrors? What is this? Anoint your cleaning water, washing mirrors, front doors, and
You're
windows.
reading there's commas. When she talks like this, it's because I've made notes for myself and she's trying to read them, and I'm very sorry, but no.
I'm trying to follow
I know. I
along.
love that. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I will go here now. Where are we?
You're on enchanted chores. There you are.
So the enchanted chores is like gratitude when folding your laundry, sweeping away bad vibes, or vacuuming them the fuck up. Like, I imagine the vacuum cleaner sucking them up. And I specifically bought my stupid expensive Dyson because of the letters in it, and blessed that little shit, and like did the things and said he was going to survive forever, because who buys a vacuum cleaner that's $400? I don't know. I always had like $100 vacuum cleaners.
I know.
But for this house, there was a thing for that. Cordless, all of that. So I love that. I enchanted my vacuum cleaner, you guys. Yes, I did. And he gets up everything. Yes, because we had a Rover kind, and we called him Bob. He was Bob, the vacuum cleaner. Now we have Dyson, Mr. Dyson. So you're sweeping or vacuuming away the bad vibes, but you're also anointing the cleaning waters. All of our cleaners are 90% water, just so you know, all of them. They're not, that's the chemicals and the cleaning compounds that are in them. It is 90% water, if not more. And then there's the cleaning solution. So anointing that. I have a little shape that I call the dragon's eye that I put on things, and when I buy stuff, I just automatically draw that on there, because then each time I spray, it's like, it's not even a rune. I don't know where it came from. It's just been part of my life forever. Do you know what the dragon's eye is?
No.
I don't even know that it's technically called that to other people. It's just what I call it. But it is literally, it's a triangle, and then it is a peace sign inside of it, but it would be like upside down, because a peace sign in a circle goes like, the Y is like this, right? Yeah. So imagine a triangle, but the lines go down and one goes up to the top.
Okay.
Don't know where I got. It's been in my life forever. It's called a dragon's eye. To me, it's a symbol of protection, and I put that on all of my cleaning bottles, very small, in black Sharpie marker, and that is how I anoint my cleaning water. And I also try to buy brands that are like not tested on animals, and I do other ethical things that make me feel really good about what I'm using in my household. But that's for, washing down your mirrors and your windows and front doors, and like just all the things that you do where these spaces they're inhabited. They're literally transits in between places. You're going in and out. You're coming, the things. It's like having your mat. It's like writing something under your mat. You're literally walking through that threshold every single day. I'm walking through my front door all the time. That's why I have rosemary hung on the back of my door. Mm-hmm. That's why I have like this certain crystal on that little mantle that's right beside the back of the door. Yeah. Yes. These are micro magic that you can do, little elements to enchant your life, like charming your life. I said enchanting, but charming it, enchanting it, yes.
And of course, okay, so technology is huge in our lives.
Massive.
What things in our lives do not include some kind of technology, like your Wi-Fi. Who doesn't have a Wi-Fi? Name it.
I know, you named your Wi-Fi. So funny. I love this.
I named my Wi-Fi FBI Agent 99, I think. And but I like this. Rename your Wi-Fi Divine Connection. Yeah. I love that. I'm actually thinking about changing mine. And use a prosperity sigil bone background.
Yeah.
Or whisper a mantra before checking your email. Oh God. Yeah, I need to do something about. Yeah, is that a spell or is that a vision board?
So this was my vision board from 3 years ago, but it is my screensaver, and that is what I see on my phone. And what it is it's a collage of different things, including family photos, words that so I didn't find them in magazines. I printed them. I wrote them in my computer and then printed it and cut that out and put it on there as a collage. This is my spell on the front of my phone. It has my desires on it, and it doesn't change. And actually, is that fucking Ireland? You know what? That's Ireland. And then there's Cinque Terre. No, not Cinque Terre.
There's a picture of Ireland from 3 years ago on your phone?
Yeah, that's Ireland right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, it's not the Cliffs of Kerry.
A vision board, so what you want, yeah.
Yeah. So I just have the things that I want or that are important to me, because it's things that I already have on there too. There's a picture of all of us. You remember when we went on the pontoon for Christmas?
Yeah.
The whole family?
Yep.
That is part of my vision board. I don't ever want that to end. So even though it's things that I've already gotten, it's things I never want to lose. Right. I always want them to be a part of my life. So there's different elements of things, and I guess I should probably do a new one, since the countries that I've been to, except for what's the high one? Machu Picchu. I haven't been to Machu Picchu yet. And as you guys know, my husband had a major heart health crisis and my son has epilepsy. And so leaving the country and going to Machu Picchu, which is a major physical thing to do. Because you got to climb up a fucking mountain like forever. One of my husband's friends has already done it. And he's like, that is no small measure. Wow. But Machu Picchu is one of the sites that I want to go to so bad. And that is part of my vision board. It's probably the only thing on there that I haven't done now. So that's part of my everyday magic. It's my screensaver or whatever. The locked screen. That's what it is. Locked screen, not screensaver.
Also, you name your phone. I don't know if you know this, that you can give your phone a name.
Do you have a magical name for your phone?
My phone right now is named Ladybug, but I'm thinking I might change it,
Mine's
to something to something else. The kind of the time of year for assessing, what's going to take me through the dark half of the year. Yeah. So it's a time for a change.
And what's so fun is that you can just change this all the time. Yeah. Like whatever season you're in, you can just change it to whatever. And it doesn't dictate your life, right? It's not like you forgot, I changed my phone from Hummingbird's iPhone to Hecate's best friend's iPhone. Like what? Like who? Just do it. Just do it. Just change it. It's so much more fun. I love when you put the FBI thing for your. Because can you imagine the people who come through here and can see her Wi-Fi and they're like FBI, blah blah. They're like, what? I just like the funniness of that. I think that's so great. Yeah. Obviously, you get a kick out of it too.
I do, because I think about when people see it, like, who's that?
What if you did something with like social justice in that too? I mean, think about all of the things that you could put out there that people see.
Just so many, yeah, exactly.
Because we don't ever, once we connect to our Wi-Fi, we never look at the name again, right?
Exactly.
But other people see it, you could bring awareness to that. If you live in a big city, like we don't live in big cities, but if people could see it. Oh my gosh, you could put social justice things in there. You could put
it could be a message to the world that you're sending out
1,000%.
and sharing with people. I do too.
I've never thought about that. Now when I travel, my iPhone hotspot name is going to be something totally different.
I think changing it up all the time is, just to suit whatever's going on in your life, at this month or this week or, for this period of time, this season.
The transformations. Yeah. It's so great. I love that. So I want to talk to you next about something that is a psychological thing, but it's called, and this is not the psychological name for it, this is the easy name for everybody to absorb, habit stacking, okay? Habit stacking. It's where you already have a habit of doing something and then you stack something new on top of that. All right. So
makes it easy.
The example of that is we were talking about brushing your teeth and telling all of the bacteria and germs and cavities to die.
Fresh breath.
There you go. What if imagine, I don't know why I just thought of getting a true love's first kiss. When you said that, I'm so in my Taylor Swift era right now. But imagine that you're when you're brushing your teeth, you're thinking of that true love's kiss. Or imagine when you're doing this thing, you're vibing with this other thing. Habit stacking is you're already going to do something. You're going to most likely put on underwear. If you're a woman, a bra. You're going to brush your hair, your teeth. You're going to take off your makeup at night. There's things we already do. Look at your day. Look at your life. Look at how you're operating already. Now, add little magical habits that go along with them. Because you're not going to have to change anything. You're going to add a simple 5 to 30 second thing that you do along with that. And that is the easiest way to add something to your life without truly changing everything about yourself. That is the easiest way to change. So habit stacking is putting these mundane habits, right? The things that we got to do to just survive. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to put on deodorant, or we got to, wash our butts and all the things. We got to do the things to keep the human body okay so we can survive and keep living this life. The mundane things. And the societal expectations, yes, you have to put on clothes to walk outside or you could be arrested. So those things, add something magical to that. One of my biggest things with getting dressed, which really is a hassle for me, probably because I was in the military, I got to wear the same thing every day. I really don't like picking out clothes. I have a disconnect with my body. I don't like the way things fit. I think my boobs are too big, Oh, blah, 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 blah. What I do is instead I look at what day is it? What's the color? What's the coordination? What do I want to feel today? that's not all one day. That's several conversations. So like when I come to record a podcast, I intentionally pick out my clothes. And I'm like, what do I feel like today? What vibe do I want to bring in? What do I want to do? You know?
What's your vibe? That's how I start my day.
Today?
That's how I start my day. It's like, what's my vibe?
How long has it been that for you?
It's been that way for a while.
Damn,
I feel like it's been that way for a while.
But like since me or since like before me?
No, probably since I've been here.
Oh, okay.
Or,
I'm taking a tiny bit of credit.
The influence of all of this stuff that we've done. Yeah,
absolutely.
It makes me think of that, like the color choices.
Choices,
Let me get today. I was wearing pink. I was like, oh, I feel so pretty in pink. And
you looked great in pink too.
And then I got pink earrings. And it just makes me feel like so feminine and kind of flirty and just cute. Especially if I know I got to be like on a Teams call, I really want to make sure that I look nice because I don't see my coworkers. But like once a year when we go to a conference, except on a Teams meeting, so I always try to look cute. And
she has like small opportunities to give impressions, and this is what she does. Mm-hmm. Intention.
It's very important. It's important to me to do that.
So this is habit stacking. If you're washing your dishes, think about what that means for you. Think about a deeper meaning for it. Don't just let it be a mundane habit. If you're, one of my biggest things is, like I have so many micro magic habits. When I make my coffee, and I am definitely 100% addicted to coffee, will never leave it, love it for all my life. I made a special blend of spices to go in my coffee, which is very close to pumpkin spice, but more nutmeg heavy, clove heavy. I love the deep, rich spices. And so I do my coffee, I add in a little creamer, whatever fucking flavor of the month it is. And then I do 2 shakes of this dark brown spice, which is, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg. It's all the things that go into pumpkin spice as a spice, but heavier on a couple other elements. I dash that in, and then I stir always in a clockwise direction. I am building for the day. I am thinking about that. And usually I will allow myself to think of 3 words. And sometimes they have been power, love, and money. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? That's not even like who I am. I'm more like emotional, pet, plant, like dirt. But it will, like, I just let my intuition speak things. And sometimes it will say really bold things like that. Power, love, and money. I'm like, who are you? You're not even in that world. My God, are you on Wall Street? And then other days it will be like, softness, gratitude, cats. Like just words come to me when I stir the thing. But that is one of my micro magic moments that I need every morning for myself, even when I travel. And my husband knows it because I've had to tell him, I need you to go back and sit down. I'm having my moment. I'm doing this thing. This is what I do. And he knows it. And obviously we've been together like a long time now. So having the micro magic moments when you do a thing that you're going to do every single day and you have intention around it and you're stirring it in, whether it's food, coffee, teas, it's the intention that really counts for it. I'm sure I talked that out enough, didn't I? I love it so much. I've thought about recording it. It's just so gimmicky for me. I really have. I've thought about recording myself doing that like other people do. Yeah. It just doesn't feel authentic for me. Mm-hmm. I've tried. Mm-hmm. I really have tried. Just so you guys know, I've tried to be like the Instagrammers and do the look at me stir my coffee and make it, and I just
look at me light this candle.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel authentic to me, but it is such an intimate part of my practice to do that every single morning, because I'm always going to drink coffee every morning. I'm always going to drink coffee. It doesn't matter. What are 3 things that you do every single day?
Besides drinking a cup of coffee, because I do that too, I have the routine now of walk the dog, come home, make my coffee, go out and sit on the lanai, put the dog out in the yard, drink my coffee, and read some stuff on my phone or play some word games so that I'm, exercising my brains. I keep it
What happens, what are some spiritual things that might happen while you walk Tank?
Oh my gosh. So anything to do with my environment, like the the sun coming up, the clouds in the sky, the shape of the clouds in the sky, if I'm still seeing Venus in the east or the moon is still up, all of those things feel very magical to me. When I go down to the park, and I had the most, I told you this experience of the three huge cranes that flew in as I was at the park and came around like this and then landed, and then they started dancing, and I've never seen them do this. They were just, it was like I was like, what is going on?
They're sandhill cranes, by the way.
They're sandhill cranes, and they're like 4 feet tall. They're huge. And it was just the coolest thing. And I was listening to Taylor Swift, or I would have pulled out my camera and started filming the whole thing, but I couldn't because I was just, anyway, it was this whole thing.
Yeah.
Plus I walk in the when I take the dog down, after I walk the dog in my tennis shoes around the neighborhood, then I take him down to the park with a ball, and I'm in the grass, and I go barefoot. I always take my shoes off.
So there's intention.
And I walk through the grass. I walk through the wet grass, let grass get all over my feet, and I love it. And I throw the ball for him, and I get him his little exercise that he really needs because he's still a young dog. So all of that stuff and then I come home and make my coffee and sit on the lanai and have my moment, I'm out there like close to my plants, and I'm like this with the plants. I'm as close as I can get without sitting in the plants, because my whole wall is
I know,
there.
you've got an amazing lanai now.
I lost my plants a year ago with Milton. They all fell over and killed the whole thing, crashed down and broke pots.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck, man? I didn't even try to salvage them. I was like, I don't care, I'll get new. Now I have the whole wall built back up again. It's all like
1 year later, almost 1 year to the date.
Yeah, almost 1 year to the day. I don't know. It's a year ago though.
Well, so
that's what I do.
What I love about that is that, number one, you're not naming it, but you're being very present. When you're walking Tank and you're looking at everything going on around you, and you're just very like wide-eyed, looking, watching, nothing else is happening in the human brain of you. You're literally observing, and that is
being present in the moment.
The presence, sometimes it is so hard for us because we have everything around us trying to distract us, trying to pull our attention in different directions. We've got ads and shoppers and this and that and buy that and be here and be cool and be this and be that. It is fucking hard sometimes to just be present in our own world and what we actually see. Also, so you've got all of the things drawing your attention away, but then we have our own human problems where possibly it's like, oh my God, what did this happen? I gotta do this. And I need to solve problems. Mm-hmm. That's what I just spoke on a couple weeks ago. Is like taking on everybody's problems, even though they didn't ask me to. That is sometimes what I carry with me, and I do similar things. I do not have a pup. I have 2 cats. Princess, who is the one who always accompanies me to the garden. I walk the garden, and I literally go out there so that I can think about nothing else other than, look what I've grown. Look at all the life that's enjoying that. My cat who's happy. I pet her. Like, there's just this, I feel so abundant when I'm in my garden. I feel so present. I feel so alive. I feel like I've not liked lots of parts of being human as a spirit, but when I go in my garden, I'm like, oh, that's why I came back. When I've been in my pool, so it's kind of chilly here. It's like 74 in the morning, and I know you guys in the north are probably laughing at us, but it's chilly here. and it's 74, and I'm not heating my pool yet. I'm literally jumping in it cold, and I don't know what the degrees is in the pool, but the air outside is 74 in the morning, and I've decided that like when I jump into cold water, it's so invigorating. It's so, like, I feel so refreshed. I've been doing that the last 4 or 5 mornings. It's Wednesday, so 5 mornings now. And I absolutely love it. I'm not going to say I stay in there long, but I jump in, I swim around, I'm just like, fuck. And sometimes when I just do sort of the lay on your back and float, I'm not sure if there's a name for that, and I'm looking up at the sky in the morning, and I'm like, I bet that when I was doing my life review to come here for spirit to become human, I bet this is one of the moments where I was like, oh, I want that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Look at her.
Yeah. I feel like when we're preparing to become human in this life, we sort of have this like buffet of experiences, and we're going, I'll take the olives and the bell peppers and the lettuce. Yeah, that looks good. Just a little bit. I don't really want that. I'll take that dressing. I'll do that. It's like we're at a salad bar and we're picking and choosing these experiences because they're what we need, what we want, what we like. And then we get to see them in full action. And so I literally imagined myself the other day while I'm laying, on my back in my pool looking up at the sky. The almost full moon had just set over my pine trees, and I was like, I bet this is one of the moments where, because when I'm in the water as a Pisces, I don't know if every sign feels this way connected to their element, but me as a Pisces,
I'm very connected to water
when
as
I'm
a water
in the
sign.
water,
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm exactly where I belong. I feel like I am in my home.
I need
feel like
the water.
I could never get out.
I need the water.
Yeah, like just serve me everything from here. I'll just be here all day. I was thinking as I was looking up to the sky, imagining like my higher self, my spirit self looking down going, girl, this is why you came here, remember? Like, I know all this other shit's super hard. I get it. You're going to be fine. It's going to be okay. But look where you're at right now. Don't you love this? Don't you just want this? Isn't this just like the main course on your buffet right now? And I truly felt that when I was laying backwards in my pool. I don't know. Super interesting insight. But
well, our next one for under this whatever our heading is here, I forget what we're on. Routines, infusing your routines, is energy awareness, and I feel like that. I feel like that experience of being there, looking up, like that's an energy awareness. Energy awareness.
1,000%. Yeah. I wrote that. I'm feeling so proud of myself right now.
Yeah, energy awareness.
Yes.
So notice where your energy goes, because that's where the magic flows. Also, a simple mindset shift, like replace I have to with I get to. Gosh, what a big
That's gratitude.
What a huge way of thinking. What a huge shift, energy shift that would be.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Oh fuck, I got to do laundry," it's like, no, I get to do laundry.
I have to go grocery shopping. No, I get to go grocery shopping. I have to fucking cook food. No, I get to cook food.
That kind of a shift in the language that you speak and the words that you. That's spellcraft through language.
It's micro magic in the works right there. Do it when you're doing the things. Yeah.
Also, aligning your daily tasks with moon phases, like cleaning on waning and creating on waxing moons. So as the moon gets bigger, you're doing things creative, and as it's waning,
getting smaller, you're letting things go,
cleaning stuff out, making those donations to the Goodwill or the food bank or whatever, It's a good time for that.
And I wonder, try this out. Does it feel easier to get rid of things when it is the waning moon? We're getting ready to have to get rid of a lot of my mother-in-law's stuff. That's going to happen. And I do wonder, will it be easier? I might try this experiment and tell you guys about it. Will it be easier to do it during a waning moon rather than a waxing moon?
I bet it would.
I hope it will be. I just want it to be easy in general, but yeah, I'll try it on that.
And it actually might be really good, because I know your husband will have a difficult time because he has those sentimental connections to all of those things, things he saw,
history,
all the things of his parents, and his father's passed 2 years ago.
Going on 3,
Going on 3 in February. So Sam passed 2.5 years ago. And his mother will not be with us for I don't know how many more years, but she's toward the end of her life. So you have these attachments to these physical things, and maybe it's just easier if you pick the right time to have to deal with letting go of those. Like, make it easier on yourself by having an alignment with something else, something outside of yourself that you can't. It's not like you pick Tuesday to do it, but you pick a certain period, like on a waxing, on a waning.
Tuesday's Mars. We don't want to do it on that day. That's fire.
I wasn't thinking not the day of the week, but more like what's happening planetarily. Is this a good time for me to? I need some
release stuff. Yeah,
is this a good time for me to deal with something that's going to be very difficult? You want to make it. If you're aligned with things that are outside of yourself, then I know for me it would be like a natural extension for it to feel like this is a little bit easier because the energies outside of me are supporting this activity.
Yeah. And I have to talk to them both about that. I don't know. She's what's really interesting is that she just recently said that there's things that she wants to get rid of because it's wintertime. And I was like, she's Christian. She's like she's Episcopal. But that's been her whole life. Like, she's connected to Christianity in that way. Mm-hmm. But it's so interesting that she just told me to let go of all the things in her house because it's wintertime and people might need it. I was like, I don't know how that relates, but we'll just go with that. Okay. And yet I feel this, like, responsibility to the history, you know, and she's not my blood family, but like I still, when I've known that somebody has carried things with them, and she's going to be 85, 85?
85 in December?
85, yes, because she was born in 1940. Carrying things with her from her own mother. It's just like, call somebody and be like, take this shit away. You guys, I don't know, do you feel the same way where there's things that have history in families that even if it's not my own, I'm like, I don't know, there's something attached to it. There's energy attached to it. And it feels very difficult to get rid of.
There is energy attached to it, and I think that's what makes it hard. It's like, it's almost like the people that had it are not here anymore, but their spirit's here, and their energy is behind, their energy and the memories that came with it. So it does, I can see where that would be
difficult. So that's not necessarily a micro moment. That's a big moment. And I will say that I have, with my own father passing in 2011, I have micro moments with that passing where there are things that I've let go and they don't feel micro. So in case you've had moments where you are holding on to other people's stuff because they were in your life and you love them and there's sentimental value around it, and you know what, I kept things of my dad's that literally broke down to the point where they're unusable, and they stayed around for a year after that because I just knew that he physically existed at the same time this other thing existed, and it was so hard for me to let that go. It didn't feel like a micro moment, but it was taken in a swift second. Oh God, I might cry. I had to get rid of a table of his.
The kitchen table?
Yeah. And by kitchen, I mean like it was a tiny bar top table.
The dining.
No, it's like a bar top table. He had a bar height kitchen table that sat for.
Yeah, those are very popular.
Oh my God.
20 years ago.
So
you know,
funny.
The high table with the high chairs.
The high chairs. So funny.
I had one too.
Did you really?
I did at one point in time, and then after you have them, and you're like, what the fuck? This isn't even comfortable. But it looks cool, and it was super. And they were all the rage, and you were like, that looks so cool. I really like that. Then you found out it's not practical.
I don't even know
who wants to sit at a bar every night, bar stool every night,
bar height table every night. I was like, no. But what I had to, things broke and all that, and it was just time to let it go. But what was so hard is that there was a time, I guess, where he signed something, and maybe it wasn't quality wood, I don't know. But when he signed it, he signed the thing that he signed so hard, his name etched into the wood of the table. Okay, so
the top of the table.
The top of the table.
Mm-hmm. As that will happen
his
if you
name was
oh my God! That would have been like real
handwriting.
I would have. You know what? I don't know. I would have probably had to cut that and keep it. That would have been really difficult.
Oh my God! I remember the day that I put it out there, and the trash man came and take it away. And they have no idea what they're throwing away. Like, they don't know. They're just like, we'll take this shit for you, no problem, don't worry. And for me, I'm just like, you're ripping my heart out right now. Like, you have no idea. And why the fuck did I stand out there and watch it? You know how trash trucks, like, they put it in this, like,
and then they drive off.
It grinds it. No. Yeah. Well, it was that table and two of the chairs, because the chairs... Listen, I love my dad. I'm not like, we're not rich people. He didn't have quality shit. It was just table and chairs. There you go. And it broke over time. This was probably, he probably bought it in 2008 or 9, and I threw it away. Oh my God, air quotes, threw it away in 2021, maybe? 4 years ago? I don't know. It seems longer than that, but it's probably that. And watching them crush it with that back of the thing.
Did it crush you?
Girl, I walked down the driveway. Talk about heaving, crying, sit in the basement, just like there wasn't enough water in my body to cry the tears for that shit.
Oh, God.
And yet, it is an item, and it is not, we're not meant forever. It's such this thing for when micro magic happens. It's so quick. It can be so fast. And we have these long-term things as well. It strings through all the other things. I guess that was the comparison I was really trying to make, is like, we do the simple everyday things, and we have these then long-term things. And even when we are able to do something for a long time and it switches, that was probably where I was going with that, thinking about Daddy's table with his name etched in it because he signed something too hard. When you're able to transition and let one micro thing go and switch it out for another. So what have I done since then? So those are gone. And I cried a little bit. Yeah, I'm okay. I have to tell myself I'm okay because I wanted it. I literally gave it up willingly and nobody forced me to. I was like, it is time.
It's time, yeah.
What I think about is that this life is so... I think about it as silt. Do you know what silt is?
Yeah, I
on
do.
the river, like under the like silt.
Silt, yeah.
It's so soft. It's so malleable. I've worked with clay for 3,000 years of my life. No, I'm just kidding. I've just worked with clay for so long.
Of your lives.
Clay, I know for me, when I was in middle school and high school, clay was one of my huge things. I worked with it forever. I won multiple awards off of it. I don't know, clay for me was something.
I still have some of the things that she made.
I so love that. I know. Where's that blue weird spirally thing? I love that little fucker. I love that little guy. And that was actually because I disobeyed. So I love it even more. It was so the disobedient witch in me. We go through these phases where we're performing micro magic every day. It's the same, everything. And we're good and we build these things. And then all of a sudden, one day, shit changes. And it happens. And you're fucking cut off from something. And guess what? You have to make new magic. And that is where everything that we're talking about that is so simple becomes extremely hard. And you have to find new meaning, and you have to find new micro magic. And you have to look at what's actually important to me today. The problem with our human self is that we do not see presence, which is what Kat was speaking about, where she walks tank every morning. She goes to the grass. She's there. She looks at the sky, the clouds, the sun is rising. It's just a daily occurrence of magic. What we get stuck in is we keep remembering the past and we don't allow ourselves to experience the present. And that was where to wrap up that whole story, is that finding your micro magic is to accept that every day there's presence, every day there's something new possibly, every day there could be something routine. Don't get so focused on your routine that when it changes and something happens that you can't experience your micro magic the next day, that there's not something waiting for you on the other side, that there's not this new perspective, that there's not this transition growth. Phoenix, we're going into Scorpio season, that Phoenix rising into shit burnt down, what can I create? I know that I went so off of topic for that, and I guess everything
That's okay.
led me there. But
I think I know Jamie got really deep in this because that was an emotional thing that she talked about. But you can keep this also. This is
it can be deep, it can be light.
This coincides with the season, though, because we're going into this season of...
you can expect this type of depth for the next 3 months. I don't know.
But keep it light and intentional. Your magic is maintenance. It's not a marathon. But also pick one act daily that you can do, something that you already do, and layer it over with an intention. For
so
the next 7 days. Just do something. That's it. And then watch how your energy shifts. Like, pay attention to the energy shifts in your life. Yeah. If you've been, if you take walks or you go to the gym and your mind is on things, try to go to the gym and just have like an awareness of more what's presence. Going on around. Yeah,
current
more
presence.
present.
Yeah. It is. It's so good.
Yeah, and then notice how things shift for you. You're not adding work to your day or your routines. You're adding wonder, and that's the goal of it. And that's what I think the goal is of these micro practices, these micro magic practices that we can incorporate into our daily routines. You're adding really, a little bit of wonder and a little bit of magic and a little bit of, that witchy thing that, you're like, I feel really
we
connected.
Seek. We all seek,
right?
it,
yes. Mm-hmm.
It's shifting from where we grow up feeling, and I feel like a lot of witches feel this way, so I'm going to speak on that, but you grow up feeling this, you have wonder first, and then you learn all your responsibilities and the duties of the world and the things you have to do, and you're like, you literally lose your magic because of that, and then all of a sudden one day you're like, fuck that, I'm going to live magically. I want to live with wonder again. And what Kat was saying is, it's a perfect example, is like, instead of just going through your emotions of like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, oh my god, I gotta do that, I gotta instead, walk into your world and go, today's a new day. What might I experience today? Ask the questions. Use experimentation theory. Like, go into it seeking, what will I learn today? Who will I run into today? What will happen today? What signs will I get? What will the goddess say to me today? What are the things that vibrate throughout the entire universe that then show up in my life? Yeah. When you ask those questions, I swear to you on all the goddesses, it will show up.
I thought, as you were talking about it, I was like, the words, like, what words just come to you? If you don't think about anything, what words are coming? What words are coming up for you?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't think about anything, then what comes to mind? Yeah. Like you with the power. What was the 3 things that came up for you when you were stirring your coffee? You're like, where the fuck did that come?
Yeah, no. Like power, love, and money, or
power, love, and money.
Like things that I was like, that sounds really selfish and Wall Street and crude. And I was like, I've watched too many Wolf of Wall Street documentaries. I don't know. This is super weird. Like, that's not my vibe at all. I'm more like plants and people and cats. That's the words I think I should say, but it's not what comes up when I stir my coffee. It's things that are more powerful, and sometimes it really shocks me.
And you know what? They're coming from deep within or from another realm. They're messages.
Yeah. And I do think
there are messages. So remember, witches, that magic isn't just something you do. It's how you live, and you can make your whole life every day magical by incorporating some of the things like we talked about today. And I'm sure you have your own ideas.
Yeah. Make sure you write it down. So you can charm your damn life one dish, one breath, one fucking toothbrush, one intention at a time. That's how you can charm your life.
So bring your candles and your chaos, your truth and your tea as we walk the witch's way. And we will see you next time, witches.